Hey, hello. This is Edwin Edebiri, your Chief Happiness Officer, folks. I am so excited today. I get to hang out with Darryl, Haberman. I'm telling you, man, this guy has done everything. When you talk about digital, that's your guy, okay? But let me break it down for you, okay? Let's start with digital media, all right? This guy has a management consulting firm that really work with all form of media in terms of, let's talk about what, sport media. We're going to go into detail about that. And content creation, we're going to talk about that. Strategic growth, especially if you're a startup company or you're a sport-related type of company, this is your guy, okay? Hey, Darryl, I want to thank you for joining me for a little bit today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Edwin.
Yeah, let's start with sport media. How long you've been associated with sports in one form or the other?
Oh, for a long, long time, but professionally, 23 years. I worked with the National Hockey League, Major League Baseball, and Disney with the ESPN folks before starting my own practice.
That is fantastic. So now you've taken all those experience, and now you can actually work with, startup. You can work with C-suite. You can work across the board with different folks, right?
Of course. That's the fun part. Is I have a lot of best practices to share around content and development, partnering with people, and collaborating. That's the beauty of the work and the fun that I do with some of those early stage companies that you mentioned.
That is awesome. So tell me a little bit about the sport media part of it.
So yes, I grew up playing sports, and I love sports media, digital, as you mentioned. That's what my bread and butter is. In So what I've done is I've partnered with early stage startup founders and young companies in developing out some good strategic plans for whether they have a product or a service in those ventures, and what's going to get them to save time and make more money while building these symbiotic partnerships with the greater community.
And one thing that I always like, sometimes people don't fully understand the value that a consultant brings to the table is that they don't have to wait all these years to accumulate the experience to be able to use what you already know. So they can just tap on you and you can kind of work with them, take them, whether it's content creation, whether it's strategic growth, you can actually almost like they can borrow your experience. Would that be correct?
Yes, I mean, there's so much that I could leverage from 22 years as working in the corporate sector to, a year plus out of it. And also what I've done, from business development to some partnerships with our sales and marketing team, creating new, interesting, compelling content across a variety of different platforms. So right now, 2022 is really red hot in growth and tapping into greater community. These new SaaS businesses are sprouting up all over, and I advise across a number of different categories. But it's really fulfilling and very rewarding. I love it.
Hey guys, if you are listening to this and you say, you know what, I think that kind of makes sense, or maybe that's what I'm looking for, but you are not sure, I would say reach out to Darryl, okay? Haberman Media, I think Haberman Digital, right? HabermanDigital.com.
Hey, yes,
And
HabermanDigital.com. You got it.
It's right on the screen anyway. But just reach out and play with the website. Get to know why they do what they do. And I'm telling you, you will be just as intrigued as I am. Hey, Darryl, it's definitely excited to get to hang with you. And I'm looking forward to be seeing you in the Happy Neighborhood community. Yeah?
Chief Happiness Officer, and tell them my story.
All right. And in the meantime, folks, this is Edwin Edebiri, your Chief Happiness Officer. Stay happy.